What's up, boys? We're back with some more of the new Deep Rock Galactic Survivor little mini patch. Today we're going to be trying to get a pretty high level with the Tinkerer on the Magma Core. Sorry, but I do still have Corona, so my voice and other things are a bit messed up. But it seems like it's going to be around for a while, so don't really know what to say else about that. But we're looking for the Clipboard of Grudges, trying to get multiple copies of that, now that it has a multiplicative 10% XP on it. And we're going to try and farm XP off of that on the Magma Core, try and get some decent XP. And for the weapons, there isn't anything that I had really set in stone, but I think I will try and get all of the cute little utility weapons that can have freezing effects added to them, which I think for the engineer would be the shock fence. You can also get some XP collection for that, which would be pretty nice. I think plasma could actually be decent here, since there are also two weapons you can add freezing to that are plasma base, the shard diffractor and the plasma burster. So I'd like to get those to freeze enemies a lot, and then that will help us stall out the levels and farm XP more. Get really high levels. There's the shock vents. Oh yeah, one thing I was thinking, they should have the beam tag on that, right? Since they just shoot beams between each other. I don't know what beam range would do on it, but it would be kind of cool. And the engineer, or rather, yeah, the engineer does have a decent number of beam weapons already with all of his plasma stuff. Multi-tool would be good later on. Chemist kit. It would help freeze a lot, probably wouldn't do a whole lot of damage. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna grab the multi-tool here. Probably bad right now, but we're going for some weird weapons, and might have a decent number of tags later on. And I do love getting the weapon box. I think I like reload on that the most, if they're pretty close. It lets us get more of them out. We'll be better at collecting resources and stuff if we find that overclock. We'll be a lot better at applying debuffs, both shock and hopefully freeze later on. Nice luck. Since the XP upgrade was shifted upwards in rarity and there's no basic one now, you definitely want a lot of luck as well if you're going for those. Oh, I forgot about the supply pod, didn't I? Because it was so far away from where I was at the time. These guys are getting really knocked back. They're close enough. We'll take the reload into an overclock. There we go. Got the slowing effect. Very nice. Wait, was that the... No, I got the supply pod. That was the magnet. Big reload, sure. Another reload for the shock fence. Take the potency for the two different debuffs it has now with the slowing and the electrical. Grab our first XP to get that going. Unfortunately, the shock fences are actually kind of wrecking them, so I don't know that I can even stall this level out that much. Well, the slowing effect is helping a bit. They'll at least stay out of the Warthog plasma bounces for a little bit longer. But I need to head back to the magnet pretty quickly now. Big fire rate, sure. Set off the detonators on the way back, bit of AoE farming. Breach cutter, no, it's the shard diffractor that has the freezing effect. That is electric and burn. Have the plasma burster. potency. Damage. Probably just grab the level. Luck, yep. Status damage. It'll affect that. If I get lucky enough, I might take damaging status effects for those, so it could be kind of cool. I'm down for high rarities on it. Damage, not super interesting, but it's a level still. Potency is pretty good though. Reload into an overclock. We got the freezing, but no XP collection, unfortunately, so I'll take the reload here. I guess a big plasma spine. That'll probably work on 3 weapons, so we're looking for the shard diffractor here. There we go. Reload, yep.
Stage 1 cleared. Be sure to spend your gold and nitro before the next stage.
Big XP, reload. Definitely take a reload into an overclock. Got the slowing effect there, nice. We need that on one more weapon now. I like both of these. Big lifetime, do I want to save that? It's mainly just for the shock vents. It's not super effective for a beam like that. So I think I'll pass on that, take some cheap levels here, some pickup, and a bit of movement. Big damage, sure. So this will get us an overclock. Sure. No freeze. Let's go ahead and grab the shock on that. Already have status upgrades unlocked anyways. And we can potentially have 3 different weapons that all apply 2 different status effects. That would be pretty cool also. Damage, I'll take the reload, I think. Diver's Manual's pretty nice. Red Sugar Cube early on is pretty nice, but we do really want to find the grudges. And also scanners would be pretty useful early on. Okay, there we go. Coupons is also extremely nice, but I just want to try a bunch of these now that they have the multiplicative 10% XP gain on them. I think. That's actually not showing all of my modifiers here, is it? Because the Tinker plus that alone is a lot, right? And we got 1 upgrade for that? I'm actually not sure exactly what that's showing right now. Now we get little bits of XP sprinkling around as we take damage from the lava, sure. Oh, didn't think you'd bounce at that angle. Extra XP calculated. I like potency here.
Well done, you got them all.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and get some good damage on the shellback here because he is really cramping my mining. Of course, the other guy I'm not even hitting is almost dead.
The bugs are going insane. Move.
Another potency, we like those. Fire rate would give me an overclock, I'm fine with that. Let's go for the massive stats here, I think. Big damage. Damage, we'll take some potency over that, I think, just because I like it more with what I'm doing with the build here. Bit of HP. Do want some survivability since I'm trying to get an artifact all about taking damage to get XP. Oh yeah, the red sugar cube early on would have been pretty helpful with that actually. But you know what they say, hindsight is 420, blaze it. Decent crit damage. It won't work on the status effects, but I think we will have a pretty high crit chance from the number of electrical stacks that I'll be applying with the shock fence and now the shard diffractor and potentially the plasma burster still as well. Don't have any mining speed yet. They're getting pretty fast. Let's try and finish this now. Good status damage. Damage or reload on a weapon that doesn't scale that well with it. Let's just go with the decent plasma here. 3 different weapons for that. Pick up reloads. I like them both. Reload is one of the main stats I'm going for on that. I think I'll grab that. Could probably use some movements. I'll take a decent status damage again.
Well done, miner. We knew we could trust you to go it alone. Stage 2 completed.
I'm not in love with these nitro upgrades. Might re-roll a few times, see if we get anything more interesting. Probably grab a bit of HP. Potency, yup. Cheap reload, some mining. Probably do better than that. I will take a cheap overclock here. There we go, got the double status there. Need some pickup. I'll do one more, look for some nitro stuff here. Potency, yup. I guess we'll save that actually, since we have double status there. We need to get the second one there. This has double since it does electric naturally.
There's beasties to shoot and work to be done. Get to it, miner.
I'm wondering if pointing bugs and moving dirt is the best way to make a living.
Damage, fire rates. This doesn't have anything interesting, so we may as well take that level here. just pure plasma damage, doesn't have any of the cool goodies that the weapons that start as plasma can get.
Big swarm detected. Buggerman, get ready.
+1 beam, sure. That's a lot of flowers, but let's not try and head through there. Another good status.
Just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
Weapon box to go with our multi-tool. We're currently at 126. That goes up to 142. Thunderhead with the knockback. I guess it is an extra crowd control weapon. It does unlock heavy upgrades with the shard diffractor, which I do not want. So, also projectile with that. Ooh, that's actually pretty bad for me. Rip. Yeah, there's the projectile fire rates. We'll take the potency for that. But that will sometimes happen when you take the weapon box every time. It also can allow you to get some of the coolest runs in the game, sometimes allowing some weapon combos that wouldn't even be possible normally. So that's a risk I'm willing to take. Let's go some more survivability for the grudges build. Looks like we're starting to get some pretty nice freezes on them now. 2 weapons plus a few potency upgrades on them. Piercing, I'll eventually want the upgrades just in case I can find the turbo encabulator artifact to give us damage and reload speed on everything.
Running out of bugs. More are on the way.
We'll take some more pickup radius for the XP build. Looks like that's about everything, so I should probably find some lava to stand in now. Nah, I'll take some fire rate here, I guess. I like reload for the plasma burster here, that has a lot of status effects. Oh, I kind of want to keep them alive a bit longer, actually. If I can. Probably can't. Getting a bit cramped here now. Another reload. Damage, I think I'll just take the higher reload speed over that. Mainly looking for reload and potency on it.
Objective completed, miner. Look up hard before it
Paint job. I don't think that's going to be necessary for one of the weapons I'm focusing. We'll probably get plenty of reload and potency to get it well over 18 anyways.
Gather up your spears and get onto that trap pod is about to leave. Stage 3 done and dusted, miner. We'll have a cooked meal ready for you when you return.
The exact same upgrade.
Need it. This'll do. Nope. Try again.
Those are some cheap levels. Don't have a ton of gold, and I probably will take the reload. It's fantastic on the shock fence and the burster. Okay on the other stuff.
Give me that.
So we don't have a ton to reroll anyways. That will get me an overclock here. We can grab the slow. Okay, perfect. We got all 3 dual status effects with freezes available on all of those.
That's work to be done. Hop an atom, miner.
All 3 of them are freezing and shocking. Let's get the shard level here. Getting the +3 beams will be a massive improvement for the shocking and freezing on that weapon.
Big swoon detected. Lock up and get ready.
Should be able to mostly lock that guy in place with all the freezes I have. Probably just the massive nitro.
Big swoon detected. Lock up and get ready.
Reload, movement. I like movement.
Too much crap to send in the supply pod. Clear out the LZ, please. Swarm detected. Get ready. We'll be with you shortly. Supplies inbound.
Chemist kit is pretty good now. That many different status effects, I think I probably will just go ahead and take that. It's definitely one of the best blue artifacts we can find. Let's get some good damage on him and stand in the fire for a bit of extra XP at the same time. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to not freeze those guys with this much freezing available now. Paint job, I don't think it's necessary. Big damage, it's not amazing. That's probably more damage, honestly, but oh well. damage. I'll take the reload. Man, the XP collection on the shock vents would have been so nice for this run. But that probably would have been every best in slot overclock when I'm only one off, so can't really complain too much about that. Already pretty lucky. So we are locked to one construct, but I guess I may as well, since we didn't find any off of the weapon box. Decent, well, fantastic HP, cheap level. Let's go with the big stats there. I do have a decent nitrous surplus, so we'll take some blues as well.
What else?
I do like more potency here. Damage, now I'll take a bit of armor.
Work harder.
Guess we'll go that for a bit of extra knockback.
What else?
Pick up, and then out of gold.
One way to rouse the dreadnought. Destroy its cocoons. Kill them all, miner.
Man, the knockback plus 3 different freezing weapons with a ton of potency. I can't even get close. Kind of late on that, stage 5. Oh, grudges, we want those anyways. I normally kind of just tune them out. Gonna take a bit to get used to that, now that they give a decent boost to XP overall. I'll take a level here. I must be missing some gold somewhere, right? Here we go. There might actually be a bit more than that. I think that was everything other than maybe the tip of the bottom right here. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. That was a bit early. I think I like potency on that the best. These are the 3 weapons I'm focusing, and that's really just damage. Yeah, seems like that was all of the gold. I'll grab a bit more HP. So we probably want to try and pull them through the beams, the shock fence, and the shard refractor, while also collecting XP from lava pools, I guess. Shellback will be a bit annoying during the boss fights. Always hate when that happens. I guess the Warthog is actually a pretty good amount of damage now, especially if I can get debuffs on them. Let's go for the level here. So it actually is a lot better if I can face them as well. I don't know how effective I'm going to be at hitting the range guy with this build though. Might have to just keep beating up the melee and wear them down over time. I did say I don't like paint jobs, but I think getting the level 18 on a boss fight that's going to be a bit difficult will be worth it. We can get the extra bounces, which significantly excuse me. It significantly extends the range of it and makes it more effective at applying debuffs by giving more maximum potential hits on there. Few hits on the range guy here. I kind of wish there was sort of a toggle for some of the weapons like the Warthog where you can make it only aim directly ahead of you. Global damage is pretty nice for a status build. Since sometimes there will be an enemy slightly closer off to the side who just completely like diverts the shots from it, which can be a bit annoying. When there's a bigger enemy right behind them that you're trying to hit with it, but it just misses. Okay, let's try and finish one of them off if I can to make it a bit easier. XP, need that.
Scanner is overloading, miner. Get a move on.
Why are you running? So many electric numbers. Fire rate, it's not great. And pickup could give me a bit more XP. That doesn't even affect my 3 main weapons.
Objective completed, miner. Get to the drop pod before it heads back to orbit. Gather up your spears and get onto that drop pod. It's about to leave. Congratulations. One less
I could probably use some more mining speed still. Especially if we're hoping to grab the turbo encabulator at some point. I'm not really looking to invest a ton into that, so that actually is pretty efficient.
I always
Finish
waste
that
my
off.
money on cosmetics.
I think Akimbo is probably just the best for the plasma version. We do want investment into that, and potency is great, so don't need a paint job there, but it's helpful here.
What else?
I can finish that off. I'm not particularly excited about either of those, mainly want potency, but I guess I'll get the reload.
Yeah.
And then +3 beams to hit even more with all of these status effects.
Let's shake it up.
Reload there, pickup radius, some armor, a little bit more gold to spend. I don't care about damage on that, or any of those really.
Hell yeah.
Your mission is clear. Get to it.
I'll never get used to this.
Swarm detected. Get ready. We'll be with you shortly. Ready for insertion. The drop point is too rocky, so please clear it out.
Oh god, that knockback almost screwed me over there. How am I even knocking them towards me? Was that like a Warthog bounce or something there?
Get ready. We'll be with you shortly.
I was kind of focused on the flowers and didn't see what triggered that.
Headed your way, miner.
Divers is pretty good. I do like the reload speed. We have one reroll. I think we will go ahead and grab that.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
Global damage. I guess we'll take the blue.
Exemplary work. You've achieved your objective in a record time.
Need to watch where the shellback's going here so I don't get trapped. Okay, he just decided he was out of here. Looks like that's about it for this one. Get a bit more XP.
Level increase.
Try not to kill them too quickly. Let the freezes do some work and then kite away. We have these maxed. I guess I'll probably just take the weapon range here. Oh, there's a bit of unexplored area over here still. Missed that earlier.
Alert. Threat level increasing.
Looks like it didn't even have anything. keep him on the other side of the wall for a bit so we can farm XP. I like reload on the plasma burster. And then he'll probably die to damage over time pretty soon. Or random bounces somewhere. Between the burster and the warthog. Yeah, there we go. Potency, yup. Let's get some more status. That is really expensive, but we can finish it off with that. Grab the massive fire rate, more reload for that, and everything.
Nothing for me here. Let's try again.
Another one. Can't get anything relevant here. Don't really care. Do I want to save that? We're almost done, so I think so. With the overclocks for everything anyways. Take some decent armor and a bit of reload.
Legendary.
Your mission is clear. Get to it.
More luck.
Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready. Objective completed. Excellent job. Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready. Fight for your life. Big swarm is approaching.
Think you can kill me? Think again.
Supply dog prepped and ready, miner. We need you to clean up the landing zone.
Eat that. You're ugly.
Reflex is okay, but it would also make me dodge some of the lava pools. Let's see what else there is. Ooh, encabulator. I will mine very slowly, but we don't have too many stages left, and that is massive damage if you have weapons that work well with reload speed like these two. So that does bring us down to minus 42%, so that is going to be very slow now, unfortunately. Potency, yep. Yeah, there was something knocking that detonator a bit towards me there, as I was trying to squeeze past him. So slow. Thank you, detonators.
Stop, miner. The longer you stay, the harder it gets. Objective completed, miner. Get to the drop pod before it heads back to orbit.
Oh, that's about all we have time for with that mining speed now.
Time's ticking, miner. Move it. That elite never stood a chance. I will see to it there is a beer on the house when you make it back. If you make it back.
Reload, get that back up a bit, some global damage.
I want another go.
I don't think so. Status,
Pick one of these.
getting a bit late for luck anyways. I'll grab a bit of HP and move on.
Load up and get going, miner. We have quotas to fulfill.
Mission control, you surly bugger. This one's for you.
I guess I probably shouldn't spend a lot of time mining out a single patch like that when I'm at almost half speed. I like the reload here. Probably shouldn't mess with loot bugs either. Bit late for an XP scanner. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the pickup radius here. Get us a little bit more XP before the end.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming. Too much crap in the way. Supplies can't land. Clear it up, miner.
I mine so slowly that it's actually kind of hard to tell if I have the correct angle on the minerals sometimes.
Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready.
More status damage. Final boss, a tiny sliver of rocks to mine out the supply pod when you have almost half mining speed. Piercing would work on the Warthog and the Thunderhead. It's not great. Coupons are kind of late. We have, I think, 2 more shops. That's just, well, actually the Magnet will give me a little bit of extra XP, sure.
Excellent job. We got bugs sign the likes of which has never seen.
Let's just go for some global damage here, try and get that damage up for the bosses now. I think we're kind of at a limit for exploring with how low my mining speed is and how much they're ramping up now. So let's go ahead and close this level out.
Protest satisfied. The drop pod is arriving. Get moving. It won't hang around.
Can I salvage that? Let's just get the damage here.
I'm standing, miner. Move it.
Loot bug looted.
Probably just some crit damage here.
That elite never stood a chance. I will see to it there is a beer on the house when you make it back. If you make it back.
Burster reload, potency,
I want another go.
global damage. We have 2 stages left. Probably pass on the pickup radius now.
What else?
XP,
I'll take this one.
reload. We have a little bit of nitra. Probably just hold it.
You have your objectives. Get it done, miner.
Collect the gold.
I feel like the minerals are moving before I'm actually hitting them, because I'm mining so slow. It's like before the hammer even comes down. Potency.
Prepare to fight for your life. Big swarm is approaching.
Hopefully that's not in the circle, because that one's gonna take me a while.
Prepare to fight for your life.
Another
Big swarm is
clipboard. It
approaching.
doesn't do much here, but none of them really do. Oh well.
This will help you work harder. Hello. And good girl.
We did get the triple, it was just a bit late to really do a whole lot. Reload. More potency. That fully scales with reload, so I like that.
Exemplary work. You've achieved your objective in a record time.
Better hit up for that XP. I don't think I can keep that elite alive too much longer. Global damage.
Satisfied. The drop pod is arriving. Get moving, it won't hang around.
Sure.
Gather up your gear and get onto that drop pod. It's about to leave.
Man, imagine if the loot box locked you out of the drop pod and that killed you because your mining speed was too low to get through.
If you make it back.
Don't really care. Don't really care.
What else?
Status, reload, potency.
Surely next time will be better.
Can't really grab a whole lot over there. Grab some reload for that. And then, don't care. We'll save it in case we get some nitro scaling artifact here.
Destroy the small cocoons and watch out for elites. Keep your cool. You will make it out just fine.
Nah. Potency.
See these every day.
Guns and in supply until you clear out the landing zone.
It's gonna take me until like the boss spots to even mine this out. And that guy's just getting knocked completely off screen, so I can't even use him to destroy the rocks. No, I'm too strong and too slow.
Headed your way, miner.
Reload.
My whole life better.
None of these really do much. Pickled Nitra. That one guy will get really angry if I take it again, but maybe he'll leave another comment again. Big damage. I think that's probably the best, actually. our status damage. Yeah, at this point my balls are just way too shocking for them to handle now. With all the potency we've gotten for them. And all the extra bounces as well. Ow.
Immediate dreadnought threat eliminated. Objective is satisfied. The drop pod is arriving. Get moving, it won't hang around.
You're cute, but you're dead rare. Feel right.
So that's the Triple Grudges triple dual status effect weapon, where they all had both freezing and shocking effects. Shocking by default on the shock vents, and we added the freezing effect to it. Several plasma weapons that don't have anything by default, but we added both slowing and shocking to them. Plus some big unstable overclocks that allowed them to hit more times to apply even more status effects. Thunderhead and the Warthog fully overclocked to get the full value out of the Turbo Encabulator multi-tool weapon box combo to add a ton of reload speed and some nice global damage, an extra 394% status effect damage on top of that, and the Triple Grudges Chemist Kit for our status stuff. So the shock vents had a base damage of 5.4 million, so we had about 90 million electrical damage over time across these three weapons, 7.8 million stacks, and almost 3 million each on each of those, also applying a bunch of freezing effects to give us a lot of crowd control combined with the knockback from the Thunderhead. Not too bad. Plasma was a bit more overall, but Electric's damage usually isn't even that high. It's usually more of the crit chance increase, but we actually did get it up to a kind of respectable level. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.